Picture the freezing, stormy Norwegian Sea, waves crashing, wind howling, and beneath the surface, a deadly game unfolds. In late summer 2025, a real standoff took place, the world's largest aircraft carrier versus three of Russia's most advanced submarines. This wasn't a drill. It was a high-stakes test of nerve, technology, and skill. The ocean remains a wild frontier where giants clash in the shadows. Every decision by the sailors and pilots mattered. One mistake could change everything. Above, the American carrier, a floating city of power. Below, silent Russian predators. The world watched as these forces met in the unforgiving Arctic. This is more than a military report. It's a story of human ingenuity and courage. Imagine submarine crews, weeks underwater, relying on discipline and instinct. Pilots scan the endless ocean, searching for threats below. This is the ultimate test of endurance and focus. What happened in the Norwegian Sea is a glimpse into a hidden world of strategy and power. These are modern-day explorers, navigating a different kind of wilderness. The Norwegian Sea, cold, deep, and unpredictable, became the chessboard for a tense NATO-Russia standoff in August 2025. The USS Gerald R. with Norwegian and British allies, patrolled these vital sea lanes, showing unity and strength. Why here? This sea connects Russia's northern fleet to the Atlantic, a critical route for submarines. Control these waters, and you control access to the Atlantic. For NATO, it's a line of defense. For Russia, it's a gateway. When the fort entered, it was like poking a bear in its own backyard. Both sides were on high alert, with their best crews and technology in play. Russia was preparing for its massive Zapad 2025 exercise, so tensions were sky high. The fort's presence was a clear NATO message, but Russia's reply came from the depths. On the surface, NATO's fleet projected power. Below, Russian submarines prowled. Their home base was empty, a sign they were on a mission. The Norwegian Sea's deep canyons and currents make it a perfect submarine hiding place. It was the ultimate cat-and-mouse game in one of Earth's harshest environments. The stakes? Nothing less than control of the North Atlantic. The world watched, knowing a single misstep could spark crisis. This was modern naval warfare at its most intense. Meet the USS Gerald R. the world's largest, most advanced aircraft carrier. Over 1,000 feet long, 100,000 tons, and home to 4,500 crew, it's a floating fortress. The Ford leads a strike group of destroyers, cruisers, and supply ships, all working in unison. Its electromagnetic catapults launch jets faster and more efficiently than ever before. A new nuclear reactor powers everything from radar to coffee makers. The flight deck is chaos, jets roaring, crews working around the clock. Below deck, it's a maze of operations, all critical to the mission. The Ford's arrival in the Norwegian Sea was a bold statement of NATO's commitment. But even a fortress has vulnerabilities. The greatest threat isn't what you see, it's what lurks beneath. Submarines are the silent hunters, waiting for the perfect moment. The Ford's crew knew the real danger was below the waves. In these waters, even the most powerful ship must stay vigilant. The silent hunt was on. Now, let's meet the Russian Yasen-class submarines, the invisible assassins of the deep. These nuclear-powered attack subs are among the quietest and deadliest ever built. Their mission hunt and, if needed, destroy high-value targets like aircraft carriers. Special anechoic tiles and ultra-quiet propulsion make them nearly undetectable. In August 2025, all three active Yasen-class subs vanished from port, their destination clear, the Norwegian Sea. For their crews, life is tense and claustrophobic, weeks in a steel tube, every sound a potential giveaway. Their survival depends on discipline, skill, and absolute silence. The Yasen-class subs were out there, hunting the Ford. For NATO, finding them was a massive challenge. For Russia, slipping past the hunters was the ultimate test. The stakes control of the sea and the balance of power. In this underwater chess match, silence is the deadliest weapon. The hunt was on, and the world was watching. With Russian subs on the prowl, NATO launched a massive search. The key, the P-8A Poseidon, a high-tech submarine hunter. These aircraft, packed with sensors and expert crews, flew from bases across Europe, creating a surveillance web over the Norwegian Sea. American, British, and Norwegian teams worked together, flying long, systematic missions, mowing the lawn over the ocean. Their goal: leave no patch of water unsearched. The message to Russia was clear. We see you. Over 24 flights in days showed NATO's determination and capability. On the surface, ships like the Norwegian frigate Thor Heyerdahl used sonar to listen for any sign of the subs. The entire strike group became a network of sensors, sharing real-time data. It was a relentless, coordinated hunt. Somewhere below, Russian crews listened, trying to stay hidden. How do you find a submarine built to be invisible? It's one of warfare's toughest challenges. The main tool: sonar. P-8A. Poseidon's drop sonobuoys, underwater microphones, into the sea. Some sonobuoys listen for subnoises. Others send out pings and listen for echoes. By analyzing these signals, crews can pinpoint a sub's location and movement. Dozens of sonobuoys create a net, boxing in the target. But subs use the ocean's layers, thermoclines, to hide from sonar, making the hunt a true cat-and-mouse game. The P-8A also uses a magnetic anomaly detector, sensing tiny magnetic disturbances from a sub's metal hull. It's a short-range tool, but crucial for final confirmation. Success depends on technology, teamwork, and sharp analysis. Submarines exploit every trick to stay hidden. Hunters use every tool to find them. It's a battle of wits beneath the waves. In these deep waters, silence and patience are everything. The outcome can shift the balance of power. Underwater standoffs aren't new. In March 1984, the USS Kitty Hawk collided with a Soviet Victor-class sub in the Sea of Japan. The Soviet sub had been shadowing the carrier, gathering intelligence, just like the Yasen-class subs decades later. One night, the sub surfaced directly in the carrier's path. With no warning, a collision was inevitable. The massive carrier plowed over the sub. Miraculously, no one died. The Kitty Hawk suffered minor damage. The Soviet sub was crippled and had to be towed home. The U.S. Navy even offered help, but the Soviets refused. Both sides downplayed the incident to avoid escalating tensions. For the U.S., it was an intelligence windfall. Pieces of Soviet stealth tech were recovered and analyzed. The 1984 collision is a stark reminder. These underwater games can go wrong in an instant. The line between shadowing and disaster is razor thin. That lesson was surely on everyone's mind in the Norwegian Sea in 2025. The risks are real, and the consequences can be global. Why should you care about these Arctic naval games? Because they shape the safety and freedom of the world we explore. The Norwegian Sea isn't just strategic, it's a route for shipping, fishing, and adventure tourism. Rising military tensions increase risks for everyone. These encounters are raw human adventure. Modern explorers pushing limits in extreme environments. Their stories are about courage, discipline, and teamwork. Understanding these events helps us appreciate the global security that makes travel possible. Peace and safety are actively maintained, not guaranteed. This is a real-life chess game on a global scale. For adventure lovers, these are the stories that inspire. The silent hunt in August 2025 ended without shots fired or collisions. The P-8A Poseidons completed their missions. The Ford's group sailed on, Russian subs slipped away. Both sides sent a message. NATO can track the quietest threats, and Russia's subs can get close. This was a snapshot of modern global competition. High-tech, high-stakes, and tense. The drama beneath the waves showed the skill and nerve of all involved. For those drawn to adventure, these stories matter. They're about human courage and ingenuity. Real-life thrillers unfold just out of sight, feeding our curiosity. Adventure isn't just mountains, it's the hidden currents shaping our world's future. Stay curious, keep exploring, and follow the stories that reveal the untamed spirit of our planet. The next great adventure is always just over the horizon. Never stop exploring.